So I have this idea that I'm going to start calling these webcam series yep sessions. Yep. Um I'm not gonna do that again. Got my I love Pope Pope Francis shirt on today. I had my I am doing the artist way again. I've restarted. I had a really bad menstrual cycle where I was like, I'm giving up. And then I did. I gave up. But I was originally only intending to take that week off and then jump back in at week 3, which would have been week 4. But instead, I had a friend who was like, wait, you're doing that? I have always wanted to do that, but I need a buddy because they'll keep me accountable. And I was like, maybe that's what I need. And so my friend Maxine and I, oh my gosh, Maxine, who I met when I was doing AmeriCorps, um, yeah, we're doing the artist way together. We finished week 1, and every Tuesday evening, so like at 10 o'clock at night, we are um we're FaceTiming and we are talking about how often were we doing morning pages, how did it go? How is this? Blah blah blah, but like in a fun blah 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 way, not in a like you know. And I'm really enjoying it. Mm, made myself some coffee this morning. I put on some music I can dance to, which today was Last Friday Night by Katy Perry. And I was having a good time. I was having a good time. Um, but for today's yap session, I want to taco. I want to talk about how you spend your days is how you spend your life. And it kind of reminds me of this idea that like things happen so slowly, we almost don't notice they happen at all until one day you look at a photo and you're like, who is that? And it's you. Or things happen so slowly, you don't notice at all that they're getting better, right? Wow. You know what's crazy? A year ago, I probably would have reacted in a way that didn't feel very fulfilling to whatever situation, things like that. But I have what's going on. I am not a good vibes only kind of person. I am a person with a whole range of emotions. And you know what? Some days I wake up and I'm cranky. And some days I wake up and I have things that are just like totally unresolved that like feel overwhelming that I either don't do my journaling because I'm just so overwhelmed, which is kind of crazy because journaling would help, or I do my journaling and it's just angry and the words get really big. And look what happened here. I don't want you to see what I'm writing, but I took the pen and I was like reactive is what it was. And I was like, I hit the pen on the paper in a way that was like, rip the paper. Did it feel good? No. The Buddha said you will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. I was upset and I was overwhelmed and I didn't feel good about how I reacted. And even if I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to do that again. The page ripping, the page ripping because of how hard my pen hit it, left an impression on today's page and it left an impression on 2 pages later. And I think that's beautiful symbolism for how we don't realize this like trickle down effect. How you spend your day is how you spend your life. If I work towards becoming a gentler person every day, if I work towards being less reactive, if I work towards telling people I love them more, over time, that impression that's going to be left there is that I'm going to feel gentler and softer in how I treat myself and talk to myself and others. Uh, that the people I surround myself with know, like, and truly believe that I love and care about them. And that is that kind of actually tied together really nicely. So I like it. All right, that is my yap session for today. And you know what's great about these? What's going to be great about these is just like all the videos, I get to look back and get to say, wow, my editing styles really changed, or wow, I really found my niche here. Something like a yap session, I get to think, wow, my mind has really changed. And I think that's great. And I hope you have a great day, and a great rest of your day. It's still early. It's 10 a.m. So thinking early, you know? Yeah. Love you.